welcome to Real Raiders Talk. We are
Welcome.
going to be discussing the week in review. We're going to be then looking forward to onto Denver as they kick off today at 1:25 p.m. Pacific time. Um, right now, Bo, let's get into the recap of the week, though. We lost against the Bears at home on Sunday. It was a tough loss. The offense looked really flat. And that game took
Yeah.
place after John Gruden had these emails leaked, and then more emails were leaked after the game on Monday, and
Just
then
from went bad to worse.
yeah, it went from bad to worse, and then John Gruden eventually resigned as the Raiders head coach. There's a lot of drama going into Vegas right now, and I wanted to ask, is this distraction going to keep going into Denver?
Um, by the looks of it, I don't really see it because looking at the past pressers after all that happened, the players what they did, all I heard was basically them trying to just look forward. Their goals are still ahead of them. They are trying to, by the full list, ignore this week and trying to move on to the next Denver matchup. Um, they're trying to, put that behind them. And by far, from what those pressers have shown, that probably won't be in their way or affect them.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. I mean, Derek Carr said it best. He loves the man, but he hates the sin. And Rich Bisacci said it also. Like you said, the are in front of him. Like it's not over yet. There's still 12 games to play. And it's not like Gruden got fired because they were playing bad. Like they were 1-4
Yeah.
or 0-5. Like no, he got fired for other reasons, um, or he resigned. Um, but they're sitting at 3-2, second in the division, one game off of the AFC West lead. Um, this is a lot to carry into. I mean, it's a road game too. You're going into Denver. It's going to be a hostile
Yep,
environment.
into Denver.
You're
Yep.
going against a very good Denver defense. And I'm just really curious to see how this offense is going to come out. So, how do you?
Yeah.
I want to ask you this, Nate. What is your expectation for this Raiders offense now that Gruden is gone? What do you expect to see out of this Raiders offense in Denver?
See, what I expect is totally. People may disagree with this, but I will expect to see a a lot of the same things for when Gruden was here, but also a lot of different things, as many coaches have different schemes of offenses that they want to roll, just like how Gruden likes to run the ball. I believe, and I really hope that Rich will um, give Cart more opportunities to throw when it matters and make this offense be what it really wants to be out on the field. Um, yeah,
I mean, they say the first 3 weeks, I really feel like they've shown what they can be, and I feel like they didn't even reach that peak yet. And I was saying, Derek Carr said they haven't reached that peak yet, that they still had
yeah,
more to do. And, as Raider fans, it felt like, oh, this team is like they believe they haven't even reached the peak. But then, they say that and then come against the Chargers, they come out flat against the Chargers. The offense just could not do anything until it was too late. They finally, scored those 2 touchdowns, but they just came out flat. And then against the Bears, we're thinking the Chargers game is just hiccup, like, oh, they just played a very good Chargers team. But then they play a Bears team who's been having a lot of questions. Again, yes, no disrespect to their defense, but and the offensive line, they were not helping either by not blocking. But again, I really felt like it came down to play calling. The play calling was not helping the offense at all. For me,
yeah,
it's like if you know your offensive line is struggling to protect Derek Carr, why are you calling deep passes, or you're calling, plays that it takes a while to develop? Why are we not running slants? Why are we not running curls? Things that is going to be a three-step drop and Carr gets the ball out of his hands. It's not Carr holding the ball, waiting for the play to develop, because then it's going to look bad on Carr. Carr does get a lot of hate, and I criticize Carr a lot. And by no means he's excused from loss from against the Bears, because I really truly believe the loss was solely on the offense. If the offense, you're telling me the offense can't score more than 17 points? Like, really? Like, they show they could do
That
that.
was
They show they could do
mind
that.
blowing.
They show they could do that, and it's really unbelievable that they came against the Bears and they could not do that. And they're
In
going,
home, in their own
yeah,
stadium.
in their own stadium. They had the fans on their side. The defense was keeping them in the game, and it was a basically deja vu as what we've seen against the Chargers. Now, they're 3-2, but here's what's scary: they started off 3-0. They're one. If they lose this game, they can fall to fourth place in the division, and this is, I
Yeah.
believe, the best division in football. If they fall last place in the division, they're gonna really have to get themselves out of this hole that they're getting themselves in. They're gonna be 3-3, and yeah, the Chiefs. People are worried about them, but they're 2-3. They win Sunday, the Raiders lose. Raiders will go down to last place, and the Chiefs are right back in the AFC West race. And if the Chargers,
I truly believe if we keep this losing streak going to 3 games, it's sad to say, but of looking of how like subtle and how constant this Chargers team is, and we know how the Chiefs are, but if we lose this game, and that just boosts that all that does is just boost the Broncos' confidence up in the sky.
with that being said, we're gonna get into our predictions. I'm going to ask questions and we're gonna predict. So, Derek Carr, is he gonna pass over or under 250 passing yards?
I have a yes for that one, and I have
Is he
it.
going
I
over or
have him
under? Is
going
he
right above 300
okay?
over
So he's going over 250. Why would you say he's going over 250?
because I do expect him to be throwing way more now that Gruden's gone, and the Broncos are gonna make him, have to let go of that ball a lot. So even though he will be rushed, literally almost every play, he will on a passing bay, on a passing play. Um, I really hope he just doesn't stand there in the pocket and just throws a
Yeah.
lot, which I do expect.
Okay, now shifting over to the defensive side, the Raiders defense, they will have 3 or more sacks against who? I think is it Bridgewater that's starting, or is it
Yeah,
Lott?
no,
Uh,
Bridgewater is off of concussion
Okay,
protocol.
so are they gonna get 3 or more? Are they gonna get 3 or more sacks on Bridgewater, or are they gonna be under 3 sacks?
I would have to say under because I have them getting 2 sacks, not three. One has to belong to Crosby. I believe he guarantees a sack this game. If not, he's in a really big slump, and that's not good. He has to get out of that because he hasn't gotten a sack since week 1. And I believe the other one will be coming out of the backfield. Maybe Abram on a blitz play. Gus Bradley. We have. Um, we'll be
Suggestion.
excited to see what he does.
Um, yeah, I think Max Crosby. I wouldn't necessarily call it a slump. He's getting pressure. He's getting pressure. But yeah, I agree with what you said though. His time is due. He hasn't had a sack since week 1. But it's not to say he's not getting to the quarterback. He's getting to the quarterback. It's just
Yeah.
he's getting there when the ball's already out. And we've seen that sometimes it's costing the Raiders penalties of roughing the passer. So maybe, yeah, I think it's his time. His time to take over. I would say maybe 3 sacks they will get. I mean, Yannick Ngakoue has started to show up in the sack column, so maybe three,
Yep.
maybe give him one. Um, Now let's shift over. We're gonna stay on the defense actually. Are the Raiders going to create 2+ turnovers, or are they going to be under that turnover margin?
Well, so far we do know how throwy Bridgewater is. He does take, from what I've seen, he does take t- a tiny bit longer than Carr to let go of the ball. That does create chances for Crosby and Ngakwe to come get a sack, maybe a fumble. But according to, wait, how many turnovers?
Two or more, or are they going to be under two?
I feel like they might get two, especially with Nate Hobbs. Um, he's literally everywhere.
Yeah.
And Casey Hayward, I believe they should put Casey Hayward on Patrick, maybe another guy.
With that being said, we're going to get into our score predictions for
Yep.
um this Denver and Raiders game. Right now, we discussed this numerous times what we think the score was going to be. I was saying it's going to be 2017 Raiders. I do believe they can pull this one out, but it's going to be a low scoring affair. I still think the offense might have some slumps during the game, but I just feel the Raiders defense is just more motivated. They're going to come out more aggressive against Denver's offense, and that they're just going to really take control of the game against Denver's offense. And you know, I'm not saying it's going to get the Raiders offense back on track, but it helps when they can go over film after a win.
And I do agree with that. I have that this game will be a defensive game, and that is why taking the Raiders 17-10. I have good hopes for what this defense has in store for this game. Knowing them, they can get past all offensive line. I really, both sides of the ball actually. This Denver Broncos D line, freaking Von Miller, he's gonna get to Carr a couple teams guaranteed, and that's what's gonna make this defensive game a really slow scoring game. I feel like I don't think no team's gonna make it 20 unless the kickers like just get like plenty of chances and maybe reach 20. But I have the Raiders taking this one 17-10.
With that being said, thank you guys for tuning in to the Real
Thank you
Raiders
so
Talk.
much.
We are going to be here after the game, probably Monday, maybe like right after the game, but we'll see. We'll try to get a recap of Sunday's game. Raiders at Denver. It's on CBS at 1:25 p.m. Go Raiders.
Go Raiders.